Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Thursday morning. Glad that you're here. If you're here for the first time, welcome. I'm really glad that you decided to hang out with us here today. I think this is just a common theme. I want to start early, but due to my kids' schedule and having to drop kids off, it just doesn't work out the way I want it to, unfortunately. So, with that being said, we're here. So glad that you're here. We're going to be talking about all things ICT concepts. We're talking about order flow, order blocks, fair value gaps, inversions, first presented fair value gaps, all that good stuff. And also later in the stream, we are going to be doing a giveaway. We're going to be doing a giveaway for my funded futures. I had a conversation with them, and they said, sure, we want to do some giveaways. So we're going to be doing some giveaways, 50K core accounts. We'll be talking a little bit more about my funded futures and the pros and cons. Yes, every prop firm has cons. Every prop firm does, and we're not going to hide them. We're going to talk about them. And but there's also some really good benefits, I think. So with that being said, let's go ahead, open in prayer. And we will go ahead and get started. Father, we just thank you for your goodness, your faithfulness, your kindness, your mercies that are new every morning. Thank you that as we seek first the kingdom of God and your righteousness, everything else is provided. Thank you, Father, for your leadership in our lives. Lord, and we honor you in everything that we say, everything that we do. Father, let our actions glorify you. Let my actions today honor you, Father. I just pray for everyone here that they would be blessed with everything they set their hands to. And if you agree, in Jesus' name we say, amen. Amen. Okay, so we got a little bit of a wonkety-donkety going on here. I don't even know what that means. The market has been... we had quite the sell-off yesterday. We took a long here for a nice chunk, and then I ended up looking at the market when we were right here. So I took a short, made a little bit of cash, but nothing gigantic compared to if I would have seen it up here. There would have been an opportunity to take a trade. But when you jump out to the 4-hour, look what it looks like. This is a telling. This is that candle right there. That tells me we're still bullish. There's a 4-hour fair value gap being filled right there. So we are in a bullish environment. I'm bullish in prices. That's what I'm going to be paying attention to. And we'll see if we get, yes, we have a daddle candle, so we'll get to that. We'll see if the market wants to drop down into that. Let me go ahead and shrink my screen. And if you see on the bottom, one of the last ones, I think I have 5 on here. One of the last ones is my funded futures. You'll see with the code DTJ. So you can use the code DTJ to get the best discount on those prop firms. These are the ones that I think to some degree there is a unique space for that prop firm for people. I think there's value in it for certain individuals. Some people like one over the other. Some have certain features that others don't. So that's why there's multiple on here, because it's not a one-size-fits-all when it comes to prop firms. You know, Apex isn't just the perfect one for everybody. So that's where my funded futures comes in. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. I need to make sure I got my account set up here. Give me un momento. I think it's, yeah, we're not going to trade that one. 686. Good morning, Wilhelm, Elizabeth, Matthew, Wendy, Yolanda, sorry, Solomon. Good morning, Daniel, Tiff, Delgado, Georgette, Godfidence, Jason, Ethan, Sean, Mike, John, Jeff, BC, what's up? Matthew, Jim, Kino, Arturo, good morning. Corey, what's up? All the way from South Africa. What's up, John? Good morning. Carrie. Alkai, what's up? BTC, up or down? Probably up. All right, let's drop down to the 1 minute. I think we might have a data low being ran here. Data low sitting right here. I'm not taking the 930 model here, just simply because I'm not ready for it. I guess I could be ready. Actually, I think I'm going to. $930 model did not play out. We'll go over here some data points here shortly. From a daily perspective. I want to see the data high ran, or excuse me, the previous day high ran at some point. I'm also interested in that data low. We do have an hourly fair value gap sitting right here. Right here. Hourly. What does MNO mean? Midnight open. Midnight open. All right, so we're watching for previous day high, more than likely to be tagged here. Down to the 15-minute time frame. Mitigated. We have, here's a 15-minute fair value gap. Unmitigated. From a 5-minute perspective, we're right off the open. We're going to let the volatility do its thing. We're not going to jump in anything here. We just traded up to London high and found sellers. London high was right here. So we crossed it at 605. We hit London highs. London lows have not been tagged yet. Sitting right. Ooh, no. 3 o'clock. I like this one better. I like this better. I'm going to take that as my London low. I'm anchoring my London low at 340. Technically, the high of the hourly order block is the low of London, the London session. But I like this swing low and I like this 15-minute fair value gap, so that's what we're going to pay attention to. How big of a range do we got here today? That's 100 handles. We got some room. Okay. Did I already mark midnight open? I have not. Midnight open looks really nice too. I'm not gonna lie. That has not been tagged yet either. If I had a pick, I'll choose midnight open, to be honest with you. Yet at the same time, I don't anticipate prices to come back down to equilibrium or come back down to this area down here right now. That 4-hour wick, 4-hour candle really told us where price wants to go. How is it going to get there? I'm not sure. That's what we got to watch out for. Tech much stronger this morning, it seems. Lewis, first session, welcome. Glad you're here. I am Tyler, 1996. Long time no see. What's up? Notifications don't notify everybody every single time. They are unreliable. I wish every person was notified, even if they mark it, but it doesn't happen all the time. And then it notifies me of people that I've watched that I don't have I have no notifications on anybody, yet I get notifications from people. You know what I mean? I don't know. Let's look at the hourly here. London low that I like. Hourly. Yeah, we're inside this dealing range. I want to sweep this high before I do anything. I don't know if I want to play inside of this dealing range. I think it's going to be choppy. I think it's going to be it's kind of like a little bit of no man's land. Sweeps of liquidity are very helpful. We had a sweep of liquidity right here on that big drop into the hourly BISI and 4-hour BISI, and then we now are moving higher. And so I want to continue that trend. I think that's where I want to continue the trend, is in that direction. Are you biting today? We'll see. We'll see if I take a trade. I'm not sure. Hang on, I gotta finish up. Finish. All right. All right, once we hit 75 likes, we'll do our daily affirmation. We will do our daily affirmation. Giveaway will probably be between 10 and 11. You missed it. You missed it. It'll be between 10 and 11. We'll be giving away 5 50K My Funded Future accounts. 5 50K My Funded Future accounts, and we'll talk about the benefits, the pros and cons of My Funded Futures, just to make sure everybody is fully aware. All right, do we get an inversion right here? 10 seconds. Data lows. I'm going to try it. Where's my thingy? Why is my screen share not working? There it goes. We're taking the inversion to the data low. Trade will be closed as soon as we close above the inversion. So we have to have that closure. So it's not looking good, but I have to follow the plan and the rule. See if it comes right back down here. If it doesn't, then that means we're probably going to previous day high. All right, so technically trade should be closed. I'm giving it 1 second here. We haven't broken outside of the range. We haven't had a closed candle up here. It could just be wicking right here, coming back down. That's kind of what I'm just making sure, but I will be ready to close it here. Yeah. I don't like taking a loss like this. Fortunately, I'm going to have to take it in the chin here. That doesn't feel good. All right, stopped out. Probably poor judgment call on that, is what it is. I took the trade, I took the inversion, I have it marked out right there. Was hoping to hit this data low. And we just flipped on a dime and went the other direction. Let's see. Not gonna lie, it did look good. And then it didn't, just like that. I mean, in a matter of a minute, went from looking great to not looking good at all. Interesting. I might have taken that right on the 15-minute candle, which would have been a close up here. No, I couldn't have. No, I didn't. I took this. Yeah, we even have a 15-minute close. I mean, there is multiple reasons for that. This 15-minute close right there, I mean, that also looked good. Well, let's just take it in the chin and move on. Trade recap. I haven't looked at it yet, Ryan. Now is it going to come all the way back down after that sweep? What do you guys think? Do you think it's going to come all the way back down? I think so. Smooth operator. I like that name. Yeah, I like the reaction that it gave from that sweep. We'll see if it wants to move lower here. There's equal lows right here too, right below the data low. I did re-enter this, folks. I'm not doing it on the screen because it was a trade that I just took a loss on. I'm not going to promote that. That's what I'm looking for, BC. Here, I'll just so you guys know that's my position I'm in right now. But we'll see. I want it to hit that. Might take something off here. It's based on another inversion and the sweep of liquidity. I probably should have just waited for that sweep and been more patient, to be honest with you. I don't know what those, that must be Discord messages. Isn't that everybody's now? Gonna take some size off here. If you're just joining us, we will be doing our daily affirmation once we hit 75 likes. So let's hit 75. That's our goal. We're about 23 to go. And then we also are going to be doing a giveaway here. Probably around 10:30 is my guess. We could probably do that giveaway, or it'll be after 11, one of the two, depending on what the macro looks like. We'll take a look at it. Two-minute, 3-minute, 4-minute, 5-minute. You just be here. I have we'll have a bot do the giveaway. If you're active in the chat within 10 minutes of the giveaway, it will register you, and then the giveaway will take place at that point. Thanks, DK. Appreciate it. God bless you too. I want to see a nice reaction from that inversion fair value gap that I have marked right there. I want to see it close red like it is right now and continue to expand aggressively. There we go. Here's where I want the data low to be hit. I don't want it to come back up. I want it to continue to expand from that reaction. I want a full-bodied candle. I don't want green. I don't want a wiki black. I want a full-bodied candle. So we'll see where it is in 24 seconds. Got 3 minutes. 3 minutes till 10 o'clock. Would you recommend getting an eval before passing on paper or backtesting? No, I would not. You should backtest, and you should test out your strategy in a safe environment without the emotions, so that you're thinking clearly until you understand your strategy clearly, or the way you want to trade clearly, because once you introduce emotions, it is a whole other game. So you want to get that under control, and then you deal with your emotions and being able to not just click in and out, getting in and out of trades, being manipulated by candles and all that kind of stuff. This is where I want to see expansion. Come on. Give it to me. I've been trading for almost 1.5 years and have yet to pass eval. I'm a full-time student too. My time is split, but what would you say is a turning point was for you? Not trading for money. Trading for education. Trading to learn. What lesson are you focusing on from your previous day that you're going to bring into today, and that's what your focus is in your trading. Going from trading from profit or trading for profit or compared to trading for education and for growth changed the way I traded. 100%. I don't like this consolidation, but it's respecting this fair value gap and the inversion here. I have to be willing to let it play out. There's ES. Tight consolidation as well. I think they put it on there, but when there's no release, they just take it off, I guess. That would be my assumption. All right, we have to go one way. We're kind of making a little wedge right here. This way. Low resistance and low resistance liquidity. One of the two has to take place here. I'm just hoping it's lower. I would agree. There we go. If you're wondering why I don't have it on screen, I think when I take a loss on stream, it messes with my psychology to take another trade. It's probably all me, to be honest with you. But that's just me being completely transparent. So I'm in this trade. My entry was 25.78. And I'm looking for it to go to these equal lows right here at 25.05. Or the data low even. These are big ranges though, I will tell you that. I mean, these candles are 30-point candles. I took a little size off there because I don't want to see it go back up. There's no reason for it to go back up. I'm up already a couple hundred, but I think it's going to dump. It's right above this inversion, my stop loss. Yeah, just this back and forth. At some point, it's going to give it to us. Some point, it's going to give it to us. Sorry, it's when you're kind of in a trade, you're kind of just focused on it. ES is breaking lower. That looks nice. And your ability to have conversations outside of that diminishes. Because you're just like, I'm going to watch this trade and I'm going to make sure it goes in my direction. It's not like you can do anything about it. We're pretty close for daily affirmations. Once we hit 75 likes, we'll do our daily affirmation, and then we will also do the giveaway soon after that, probably. You can do it. You can do it. Drop lower. For our manipulation to the upside, and we manipulate towards end of London session, New York. I think we go lower. There's too many people thinking we're going lower. That means it's probably going to go up. It's just passing time right now. It's just passing time. It's not making one big move in it one way or the other. This is where a lot of mistakes people can make. They get emotional. They think it's going lower, so they add to their position. They think it's going up, so they get out of their position, and then they get slapped in the face. Yeah, no, there is a lot below. Because when it breaks, it's probably going to break. You know what I mean? Break. 15-minute. ES. ES is already moving. ES looks great. 15-minute on NQ. We still need to make these lower lows here. We could do it right here. We'll see if it wants to go. Or if it's going to be another fake out. ES is really moving here. I'm really forcing myself to be patient here. Watching the data low and then equal lows here. London low if it really wants to move. Yeah, ES is dropping. Alright, there's data low. I'm holding here. See if we get for these equal lows here. I do have a stop at break even. Here. Since my stop's at break even, I can kind of rest a little bit more. So I've made all my losses back. That break even would put me at break even for the day if it hits. So I'm just gonna see if it wants to move lower. London low, equal lows here. If we're going to run back up into the range, this is probably conditions that I really don't want to trade anyway. Oh, there's so much low resistance liquidity here. Ah, if I could just not get stopped out. We could see if this wants to run. I'm getting the feeling I'm going to get stopped out. All right, stopped out at break even. What's up, Kalani Trades? How you doing? All right, I'm gonna get here. We're almost ready for daily affirmations, and we are doing a giveaway. So hit the like button if you want to participate in that. We will begin at 75 likes. Correction, I'm down $20. I'm down $20. I thought I was break even based on that. I don't think we're going to make a new high. I don't think we make a new high here. This manipulation here, right back into the range, still respecting this fair value gap here on ES and Q. Similar story. We got the fair value gap, larger fair value gap right there. No, I didn't talk nobody into nothing. I didn't talk nobody into nothing. All in on black. I'm not liking how it's going back and forth here, guys. It might still do this all the way through and mess with emotions. All right, here we go. Let's do our, we're going to begin with our daily, excuse me, our daily affirmation here. There it is. Here it is. So be my screen share. All right, there we go. All right, today's affirmation for 10/16, October 16th. Today I move with focus and grace. God orders my steps, multiplies my time, and gives me strength to finish what matters most. Proverbs 16:9. 9. I want to encourage you. There's something about I love Proverbs. There's so many Proverbs that give such great wisdom, like a little sleep, a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and the thief comes and steals from you at night. I think that's pretty close to it. It's like you have to focus on what's important, and you actually have to apply yourself. Even if you think something's important and you don't do it. For example, in the past, for me, it's been backtesting. I know the importance of it, yet I wouldn't do it. So asking the Lord for the strength and the courage to stay focused on what needs to be focused on and actually put action to it is so important. And I've relied on the Lord so much in this area. And I hope this encourages you. Today we focus, we move with focus and grace. God orders my steps. He multiplies my time and gives me strength to finish what matters most. And then we will do our giveaways here. So I got to get that giveaway set up. Give me un momento. And we'll get that giveaway ready to go. I think it's Midnight Bot. Here, Nightbot. I think it's this one. Okay, so the giveaway, the random selector is ready to go. So if you're here, we are doing a giveaway for My Funded Futures. Here are the rules. There's a handful of countries that are not allowed to trade with any prop firm. And if you're banned, if your country is banned in others, there's a very strong possibility you're banned for My Funded Futures. It's pretty much across the board. So what many African countries, there's countries that are in civil war that aren't allowed. You got China, Russia, countries like that. I don't think we have anybody from China or Russia for the most part. They don't really allow you to do that. Fun me, you are participating by that comment. If you want to be a part of the giveaway, you just need to make a comment in the chat so that it recognizes that you're present. If you don't make a comment, it will not recognize you and it will not register you for the giveaway. You only need to make a comment once. Once you make that comment, it registers you, so you don't gotta spam the chat. Okay. The giveaway is going to work as follows. If your name is drawn, you'll let me know that you're here and that you're in a country, what country you're in, so that we know that you are eligible. Then you will have to send me an email. I'll give you the email address, and then I will give your email to My Funded Futures. My Funded Futures, for it to work, you already have to have a My Funded Futures account, not an eval account. You just have to be registered with their site. So if you win, you need to go to myfundedfutures.com and register with the email you're going to give me. Once you do that, that's all you got to do. Okay. Oh, there's it. BC, you still in that? A nice little reaction there. Let's see if it wants to hold, huh? Now I'm kind of watching this here. All right, let's begin. We will do our first person, our first giveaway. We're going to do this 5 times. We'll do it fairly quickly because I think the last few times they were more drug out. So I'm going to do 5 drawings right away, and then it will put it in the chat if you're the winner. So pay attention, watch the chat, and then you will need to let me know that you're here. Okay? And here we go. All right, here we go. Marcel, you are a winner. Don't leave until we get through all of this stuff here. We're going to choose another one. Kristen. Hadar. Patil. And I think we already did Hadar, right? Our Hadar already won. I don't know how his name pops up twice. So we will do another one there. And Kino. And Q. All right, I need to know that you're here and that you're in a country that allows it. And then you need to send an email to, I changed my email. It's Tyler at thepurpose-driven-trader.com. Send me an email right there, and I will pass your names on to My Funded Futures. Congratulations. Congratulations. We took a short in this consolidation, right around here. We were in here and went for the data low, so it was a winner. But I took a partial here and the other partial got stopped out. Really looking for that break lower, but the market's not wanting to give it to us right now. You're emailing me that you won, your name. I have it down here. And then the email associated with that. It's going to be helpful when your name is also similar to your email, so I know it's not just some random person. Yeah, do we have it first presented? Where is that? More down here than anything. My funded futures. So some of the benefits of my funded futures. The biggest benefit is end of day drawdown. They have an end of day drawdown not only in their eval account but also in their funded account. This is a big deal. Let me show you here. So I have this here. I'll use this as an example because I was working on some details here. So this here, hopefully you guys can see that. Okay. So in a trailing drawdown, every time your price goes up, if you don't know this, every time you go up in price, so does your max drawdown. When it goes higher here, it goes up there. When it goes up here, it goes up there. But every time you go down, it does not go down with you. That's trailing drawdown, okay? So you can have two accounts that are exactly traded the same, one trailing and one funded, and one could be in drawdown and the other could not be. This is what your end of day drawdown looks like. It's flat, okay? And then at the end of the day, it goes to the new location and it stays at that direction. The thing is, in this big drop that we have right here, with end of day, you would be fine. But with intraday drawdown, you would have blown the account. So when we look at opportunities to pass an eval account or get funded and be able to get payouts, end of day drawdown is a huge value. However, with that being said, there are some major limitations on my funded futures, and they put it out there for everybody. They tout first thing on their website that you see is they're trusted, they're transparent. That's what they go. So instead of saying, hey, we at any time have the right to be able to review your account and move you to a live account, they don't do that. They tell you when you're going to be moved to a live account very, very clearly. Very clearly. And for a 50K Pro account, here is the biggest hindrance to for intermediate traders. Traders that are looking to grow and scale. After you make $5,000 in a My Funded Futures 50K account, when you pull out $5,000, you cannot make any more money in that funded account. None. You'll be moved to a live account. You could say, all right, well, what are my other options? Well, you could go with a scale account. Their scale program at 50K allows you to make $11,250 max. You cannot make more than that. If you want to go, and that's $127. So the 50K core account is $73. The The scale account to get that higher cap on what you can make is $127. And then lastly, you have a pro account, which is $227, and you can make up to $100,000 in that account. So there are some other negatives to those two scale accounts. You might be thinking, well, that's great, $10,000 and $100,000. Yes, but here's the catch. On a scale account, you can only withdraw 50% of your profits. 50% of your profit. So if you make $10,000, you can only withdraw at a single time 50% of that. You have a 14-day waiting period to withdraw your next withdrawal, and you can only withdraw 50% of that. So every time you make a withdrawal, it's 50% less than what you're asking for. It also is maxed out at $6,000, meaning you can't trade multiple accounts, BC. Only one account. I forgot what I was saying because I looked at somebody's comment. You also cannot make more than, you can't withdraw more than $6,000. So even though there's a 50% withdrawal, if you made $20,000, you just had a banger of a day. And you're like, well, I want to withdraw that money. That means I'm limited to $10,000 for that withdrawal. The problem is they have a max withdrawal limit, and it's $6,000. So even though you're at 50% at $10,000, you can only withdraw up to $6,000 at a time. And it's every 2 weeks. So if you theoretically made $100,000, to make $100,000 divided by 6, that means it's going to take you 32 weeks to be able to withdraw that $100,000. That is the biggest negative to my funded futures, is their caps. They have one more negative thing. It's a 50K account. How big is the one account? It's a 50K account. And here's the next negative that I'm not a fan of, but if you can manage your risk appropriately, it's not a big deal. You have to make you have to have 5 winning days of $100 in a row before you can make a withdrawal. They don't have a buffer. So for Take Profit Trader, if you make over $52,000, anything of over $52,000, you get a withdrawal. You have $52,500. I'm going to withdraw that $500. It's in your account within less than 24 hours. If you, with My Funded Futures, you have to have 5 winning days, not in a row, but just 5 winning days of at least $100, and then you can make a withdrawal. And then you're capped at $5,000 for that account. But once you make that first withdrawal, you now have a static stop max loss limit, and it doesn't move. It's $50,100. That means if you were to make $100 for 5 days, you would be at $50,500. You could technically withdraw $400 of that $400. But once you make that withdrawal, you have a hard max loss limit of $50,100, and now you can't hardly lose any money or you'll blow the account. So what I think this is good for, I think this is good for brand new traders. Brand new traders that are looking to build consistency, but also would like to have that extra room. The end of day drawdown is a huge advantage, and it's why I'm willing to share it with other people. I'm doing a full comparison video. It's on its way. It's going to be done. It's actually being edited right now. But I think this prop firm is great for another example of a beginning trader example. It's inexpensive. It's $73, and the end of day drawdown has a huge value. It's a 50K account. All these are 50K accounts. So everybody thought we were going short, and guess what it did? It went long. Surprise, surprise. Honestly, guys, I think I might just take the day off. I think I'm going to just call it a day here. If you sent those emails, make sure you send those emails. I'll take a look at them. I will respond. I will make sure I get this over to My Funded Futures and get you that free account. But we're going to call it a day here. I'm not really going to trade in this environment right now. It's really not conducive. So we're going to call it a day here. We'll be back here tomorrow. Ready to rock and roll. Friday morning, looking for some good trades. So consider liking, subscribing. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. And as always, down below is the code DTJ to get your best discounts that these prop firms are offering right now. So God bless, guys. Stay safe, and we will see you all later. Bye-bye.